Hey, it's Vincent here from Vincent Games, your untapped source of MTG tips, info and discussion. Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to Ixalan Draft. I've been without a computer for a while, so I just wanted to dive straight into a draft before the new set comes out, just to have a little go at Triple Ixalan one last time. Probably going to take One with the Wind, or River Herald's Boon. River Herald's Boon isn't as good in a vacuum. Dark Nourishment is a reasonable take, to be fair, but I just don't like the fact it's 5 mana. One with the Wind is just going to win quite a few games on its own, or has the potential to just win games on its own, so I like that. Ooh, a couple of options here. Vanquish the Week's probably the strongest card here. But I really do like Water Trap Weaver. I feel like if we're passing these 3 cards, like if we're not taking one of the 2 Merfolk or the River Herald's Boon, we're not going to get back into Merfolk. Where I think Vanquish the Weak can just go in so many decks, whereas we're committing pretty heavily to Merfolk. Seeker Squire is quite nice. Another One with the Wind. Could just take another one of those cards. Siren Storm Tamer is also really good. I think if we go with the silly auras now, then we can just go from there. Oh, Contract King is pretty good. I do like me a Pirate's Cutlass, but then we've got 3 things that kind of require creatures, and then we don't have any creatures. Do I want Cutlass over Contract Killing? I think I just do. And another Siren Storm Tamer here. Passing a lot of cards that we probably want to just be playing. Shapeshift is not really anything of interest. Skyblade could be good. Probably not as good as Unfriendly Fire. Random Merfolk or another red card. Thing is, Tishana's Wayfinder is probably just going to go in more decks than the Pirate. Although I probably should have taken the red card to go the Unfriendly Fire. We have this Shipwreck Looter though. I just don't see us being in green, especially with the 2 Merfolk cards that we passed. River Herald's Boon. Just going to get snapped up. Or not. Oh no, this is a different pack. I guess the best card, I don't really think we want to be taking Queen's Agent at this stage. Is just the River Herald's Boon. But obviously we need some support for it. Okay, and we have the River Herald's Boon, that's wheeled. So it may just be that we end up randomly in Merfolk. The fact that that's I don't really know what to make of that. It's frustrating really, because I almost took the Water Trap Weaver, sitting there thinking, oh, I won't take that because the chances of either the River Herald, in my mind I was thinking this or this wheeling is just very, very unlikely. We want a 2-drop. This has, I think we're leaning towards green more than black. I don't like Blossoming Dryad. Probably not playing this. Yeah, I just can't. I'm really just a bit perplexed there, because I was just not taking the Water Trap Weaver or the other thing. I was taking the black card that I was thinking, you know, it's more likely to splash into other decks. I don't want to commit to blue-green Merfolk too early, and it's frustrating because I feel like I've just wasted a pick on Vanquish the Weak and Unfriendly Fire. Although that said, they still could be something we end up doing. we're using. We could move into these colours. I mean, we're not definitely in Merfolk necessarily. And a couple of Arm of the Winds. You know, I haven't really seen that many great Merfolk payoffs. My deck could just end up being confused. And I mean, this pack feels like it's trying to pull us in all sorts of different directions. Another Cutlass is good. I just can't keep taking Cutlass and Riverherald's Boons and One with the Winds and hoping to have a deck. It's just, you need to take creatures at some point. Ixalan's Diviner is really nice. But then a Raging Sword Tooth as well is just, you know, it's a 5/5 with trample. Not taking Queen's Agent. I don't think we want the Dreadmore. I don't want to dive into these two cards and stumble, because I feel like we're going slightly in a greener direction. I don't really want to lean too heavily on splashing just yet until we know what we're splashing. Some perfectly reasonable white cards, and unfortunately we're just not going to be able to take them. Do like Pierce Interdiction. Deacon's good if we're in Vampires. I think we have to just assume at this stage we're very, very unlikely to be playing black. And I don't have that many creatures, so we really want to be taking some creatures still. I think the Diviner again is probably just what we're going to have to take. Charter Course is really good, so is a Siren Lookout. Actually, I think we just take the Siren Lookout because of the evasion. Savage Stomp. Yeah, I like Savage Stomp. Just hope to kind of build into more to do with it. I'm happy to take a risk and take a Savage Stomp there over something a bit more reliable like the 1 mana 2/2, and perhaps that was a mistake. Take the Dagger Tooth. I don't think we want another Shipwreck Looter. I know it's a 2-drop and you want to be taking 2-drops in this format, but it's just not that exciting to me. The main plan at this point is Riverherald's Boon. Oh gosh, there's a lot of the same cards being seen. I don't really think we have much to make the Siren's Ruse that great. If the Riverherald's Boons were wheeling in the last game, I'm happy to try and see if we can get another one come back. I think it would be foolish to take another Savage Stomp. Having a bit of removal is quite nice. But we're relying heavily on having a card like One with the Wind and Savage Stomp on a creature. So I don't think we can avoid taking a Speaker again. Oh wow. Turns out someone's going to have a really awesome white deck. We could skimp on the blue and just start moving into this white. But no, we want the Merfolk count to go with the Riverherald's Boon, so that would not be ideal. I'm going to take another 3-drop dinosaur. I'll take one of the 5-drop dinosaurs. And Run Aground is a nice little trick as well, but do just want another Riverherald's Boon. I'd rather take another Riverherald's Boon. This is cheaper and could actually act as removal on a Jungle Delver. It does a better job at acting like removal than Run Aground does, for sure. We could take the Marauding Looter here, and we've got a splash card. Blossoming Dryad doesn't actually fix. I'm going to take the Dreadmore. I don't actually want to splash red. I don't think it's worth splashing for those, as much as those are both really good cards. Oh wow, this actually wheeled. Wow. I really hope we get paid off in this third pack in terms of Merfolk, because we've got we want the Demystifiers out of people's sideboards, then actually have wow. Do we want to pill it or the 4th River? Let's just take the 4th River Herald's Boon. I mean, we could just get there with multiple River Herald's Boons. Yeah, it'd be really nice to see some sort of payoff Merfolk in the pack now. I was kind of lucky that we were able to wheel some more of things like this. The assumption that things would wheel actually really worked. Foil Huatley. This pack's insane. There's something for everyone here. Someone's going to be very happy with the Huatley I'm going to pass them. And what am I actually taking here? River Sneak or Water Trap Weaver? Can't be blocked. I think River Sneak with a Water Trap Weaver is so good. The River Sneak with Herald's Boon or one with the Wind is just gravy. I think we have to take that just because of the more potential, the better. It's cheaper and it synergizes a little bit better with the buffs that we can bring to it. Oh, look at this. And the Shaper Apprentice. I've already got one of those. I think we should be taking a Water Trap Weaver here. I think it's silly to have passed 3. Okay. Oh, Skullduggery. No, so I know we should have been in black. And Charter Course or Tishana's Wayfinder or Siren Lookout are the other picks. I think if we want a 3-mana explore thing, we take the Wayfinder just because it's a Merfolk. Which makes sense to me. I mean, we don't really want to be playing Blossom Dryad or the Ravenous Daggertooth. We take those out of the equation. Don't really want to be playing Shipwreck Looter. Keep the Merfolk count higher. Probably not going to play these 2 dinosaurs. So we're a little ways off of a deck still. And Charter Course is good. I think we just want creatures. And this is a Merfolk. Probably should have taken Charter Course. Oh, Jade Guardian. That's it. Now we're living the dream. I mean, I think we can have... There is such a thing as having too many 1/1s for 1. Or 2/2s for 1. So I just think Jade Guardian for the obvious one with the Wind. Herald's Boon synergies. I mean, geez, how many River Herald's Boon is too many River Herald's Boon? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, should we just try it, shall we? Let's just... I mean, 5 River Herald's Boons. What the hell? At this stage, it's just a case of I don't even care now. I just want to do it. What fodder is best fodder? I suppose this because it's a Merfolk, but one's likely to wheel. Cobble Wings is nice for the evasion, but I don't think you really need to worry about the evasion so much. On a dinosaur, it might be okay. I don't really want to play Emergent Growth. I think we just want to go in creatures, really. Ooh, Blinding Fog. No. And Marker the Vampire. Another thing to add to our silly list of equipment. We're probably not playing the Cutlass, I don't think. I guess we'll take a run aground. Air Elemental or Dive Down. Both of these are really good for what we want. I think Air Elemental on its own is going to be, it's just a 4/4 flyer, which is great. And Dive Down is going to be very useful in protecting our creatures that we make ridiculously big. If we remove some of the chaff, Air Elemental looks okay. I probably should have taken the 1-mana hexproof thing. Yeah, I'm going to regret that probably. That was probably perfect, and this is great. Shaper Apprentice just coming back round. I don't think we have room for something like Herald Depth of Desire when we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it was 5 River Herald's Boon. Guess we'll take another one of these. And another one of these. Don't think we're playing them. I mean, if the plan is play a 1-drop, attach it a 1 with the wind, then I think we can do that quite well. I mean, it's 8 non-creature spells too many. I've got 16 creatures. I know, too many cards. I'm probably going to cut the Dreadmore, as I don't think... I kind of just want to play all of these River Herald Boons. So with that in mind, I want to kind of cut the more expensive, Pirate's Prize is a nice card, but we're probably not playing it. Because I think we just want to be playing stuff early and hope that we can put on an inordinate amount of pressure as quickly as possible. I don't know, part of me thinks this deck looks insane, as in insanely good. Another part of me thinks it just looks insane, as in I don't know what the hell we're going to do with this. But for science, I think we're going to try River Herald's Boon. Okay, what on earth have we ended up with here? Okay, so we have 8 cards on creatures and 15 creatures, so it's like the bare minimum of creatures. And 5 of those cards are River Herald's Boons. We have... I can't even speak. It's just... Right, serious time. So Jungle Delver and 3 speakers. I think if we had like 2 River Herald's Boons, or even 3, if we said like a normal draft, you had like 2 River Herald's Boons, and maybe only like 1 of these, I would be looking at and thinking, right, okay, this looks a bit more kind of what one might expect from a draft, and then I might be thinking, right, fine, that's what we're looking at here. A couple of non-creature spells, maybe only 1/1 with the wind. Put something like a Run Aground in, which is really nice, or a Depths of Desire, which again is really good, and perhaps then round that out with another Wayfinder. I don't know what, I must have missed that. When did that come in? That must have been an earlier pick that I didn't move in, or move back, sorry, when we were talking about green. So yeah, so then we might be thinking, right, we'll put in the Colossal Dreadmore. We need to round it out. Maybe the Depth of Desire is good to ramp up to the Dreadmore, or help us get there. Maybe even put a Dagger Tooth or the other 5 drop in there just to round out some of the creatures. It just feels a little bit too conventional and a little bit too boring. And therefore, I want to be playing all our River Herald's Boons. And all our Merfolk, which we are doing. Set Windstrider, but I think we can cut a Windstrider easy. I think this is fine. So we've got 60. You could go 16. I think you could play 16 lands. We're only playing 2 5-drops. So yeah, we could probably get away with 16 lands. And we have 2 T'Chana's Wayfinder, 2 Diviners, 2 Diviner, 2 T'Chana's Wayfinder to help us to try and get land. Yeah, 16 lands and that seems good. The plan is very obvious here, and that's what we're going to try and do. Yeah, this is not conventional, but I just want to see what will happen. Could play Cutlass, but I don't think it's going to offer this deck an awful lot, especially when you compare to cards like the River Herald's Boon and the one with the wind. I think we're so all in that. I mean, if we'd, going back to what I was trying to say, you know, having a more conventional style deck and perhaps a few less of these cards, then you could imagine the Pirate's Cutlass coming in, because it would be quite useful. But one with the wind on its own, you know, one with the wind doesn't need Pirate's Cutlass to really help it. And I can imagine a hand with, you know, 7 of these in auras or, you know, pump effects where we don't have quite enough creatures. So I really don't want to be increasing the chance of a do nothing hand just to add a random Cutlass in. This is. I don't think we want to go 8/8. But do we need more green? We want to go 10/6. As we don't need double green, we just need to have some amount of green, and we do have the potential for hands where we really want to play an island on turn 2. So this actually seems fine. So we'll go with the suggestion, and we'll see how we get on. Welcome to round 1 with this awesome Merfolk deck. However, this opening hand is somewhat risky with a lack of blue, so I think we have to mulligan this. It's just not doing anything. At least we run the risk of not doing anything. And we're going to keep this, as unfortunate as it is. I just don't want to go down to 5. We run the risk of not doing anything, but we've got all 3 of our colours and some powerful cards in the form of River Herald's Boon. I think we're going to bottom this. We need to draw something good, and I'm hoping we're going second. We're going to draw a 4th land in time to play Jade Guardian. And here we go. This is like insta karma for drafting a silly deck. But you know, this may just be enough. We're going to make a hexproof guy in a hexproof guy in a bit, and it's going to become a 4/4 and then a 6/6 and then an 8/8. So, oh sorry, no, and let's not forget the +1/+1 counter. So assuming it doesn't get countered, you know, we might just have. We might just have game here, if assuming we don't just get run over by whatever our opponent does here, which is also just as likely. Our lightning strike. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have the chance to do what we want to do here. You never know, you never know. Certainly can't block. So we go to 11. I just don't think we can erase our opponent here, unfortunately. Yeah. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So with the lightning strike, they've got 10 damage on us. There's no point not attacking. Yeah, because if they attack us for 6, and we top deck a creature, would have taken too much damage for their second attack because of menace. They're still going to get through. So I think we just have to go with On with the Wind. I just hope they can't kill us. I don't think we can actually beat our opponent. So perhaps AH just even casting this is a mistake. 13, because we can do 2, 4. No, I think we'd always just be 1 short, so perhaps it was a waste of time. So if we drew another River Herald's Boon, basically, was what I was thinking, or another. One with the Wind, that would take it to 2, 4, 6, add 7. Oh no, that would be exactly lethal. Would it? Yeah, just about. Oh, but it's got Mark of the Vampire, so I don't think there's anything we can do about that. No. Yeah, so let's just double check the maths on that. I think I was right. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 if we top decked another River Herald's Boon, which is quite likely considering, or another one with a win. So everything to play for there, but our opponent goldfished at us before we goldfished them. So knowing that they're playing Mark of the Vampire makes me want River Herald's, cut down one River Herald's Boon. I mean, there's still plan A, don't get me wrong. We've got 4 left. And we can put in something like Run Aground to interact more with that enchantment. And maybe a Pirate's Prize as well. Pirate's Prize just to have, again, a bit more interaction to get there. Oops, not Pirate's Prize, sorry. Depth's Desire is what I was thinking of. Now, you could argue that on the draw we probably just want more River Herald's Boon just to go smash. But we don't know how many of the enchantments they've got. It might need to be the one. And both of these are fine tempo plays late as well, because they can return a blocker. We can still get through. So I don't mind having them. Obviously, we want to play first. That's a perfectly serviceable hand. We'll keep this. Opponent's going to 6. We start with a River Sneak. It's unblockable. Doesn't really make a difference. If they're going to counter one of our creatures, I'd rather them counter the Shape of Servant than the River Sneak. I doubt that. Oh no, oh no. So that's a shame. Right, we'll just go in. We'll attack, because if they do something to try and kill our stuff, then we might be able to use the River Herald's Boon defensively. But they're not going to, so we'll just go with the Diviner, which is what we really want to play anyway. It's not a land, it's probably going to... Oh, sweet. Needed that. Yeah, if it wasn't a land, it probably would have had to dump it. The only thing I probably would have kept would be a one with a wind. Okay, very odd that our opponents not played a thing. They did mulligan. Play Wayfinder. I think, yeah, we just go with Wayfinder. They're probably going to attack. They haven't got flash creatures, I don't think. Let's just play the Wayfinder, get an extra point, damage him. Overextending into a Pyroclasm here. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, this is what I get for being greedy. That's fine, that can stay on top. Yeah, should have waited there. That was very obvious when they're not playing anything. So I kind of walked into that one. But it's fine, it's fine. don't really want to bounce any of their creatures. But in terms of racing, it's probably going to be... I don't care about his Water Trap Weaver, really. Just want to race. Just going to create a creature that is very difficult for them to deal with. Hopefully they can only play one creature now. Okay. Good. So what I want to do is play Savage Stomp, so less likely to get blown out by a Sure Strike now. I'm going to use this defensively. 2 swings and then he's dead anyway. It's less good if they have oh no, we're just going to lose to a Mark of the Vampire. Interesting. One with a wind would be good. Force him to chump with one of his creatures. If he goes for a Mark of the Vampire, we can run aground. We'll just take the 2 here. Need to really add creatures or they lose. Yep. Ow. End step. Do we want to run aground here? I don't think we do. It's plausible with double blocks, which would be fantastic. Would you expect that we have 2 of these? Well, that's the joy of having drafted 5, and we've still got the run aground as well. Well, they're less likely to expect you to have multiples. And expecting us to have 2 is fairly reasonable, but it comes down to working out the odds. You know, got 2 cards in hand, haven't done anything for a while. It's kind of the other reason why I wanted to sandbag it a bit as well, rather than just add the 2 damage on the attacker earlier on, because swinging with a 6/6 is going to kill them whether they're on 4 life or 2 life. Whereas now, we were able to use it in the way we just did there to actually kill 2 of their creatures, which was fantastic. So actually not just jamming it when we had that chance there has been really useful. Good. Kind of have to block the Jade Guardian. Could play a land, but just making think we got something more interesting. Okay, blank on next draw step. Surely the speaker is just a better target there. Because now he needs to play 2 creatures. I know he's going to contract killing that. Okay, that makes sense. Does he have a way to deal with this? There's a way to block it. But I'm afraid that's not going to be enough. Run aground and Depth of Desire, probably again still good to keep in. I think probably could have stuck with this configuration to begin with, but River Herald's Boon's fun. Yeah, I'll try not to walk into Pyroclasm this time. Oh, this hand is going to do nothing until turn 3 where we bounce whatever they play. And then we can play Tishana's Wayfinder with the treasure and then pretty much nothing else. I think we can do better than this, as this hand again just doesn't do anything. Okay, this is much better. I think we can get rid of this. River Sneak into the Wayfinder. Okay, 2 islands for our opponent is potentially really good news for us. Go 1 with the wind. No, I think we play the Tishana's Wayfinder first. Okay, walking into a Pyroclasm here. Which is really annoying. Okay, fine. It's likely... It's hard because they have both the Lightning Strike and the Pyroclasm, which we've seen both games. So maybe it's unrealistic to play around the Pyroclasm type effect. I'm not sure. Felt like either way we lose out, but at least we would have had a 3/3, I'm not sure. Well, that sucks. Yeah, so unfortunately we're just getting massively punished now for playing how we did, because they've been able to shoot our merfolk with us having absolutely no way of stopping them. Oh well. I think it's going to be very difficult to come back from now. Well, that's no good. Do we want this there? It's another creature. We probably do actually just need that for the chump blocking. Need to put that on there as a way of trying to stop our opponents to attack. Yeah, not an awful lot else we can do there. At least with the Herald's Boon as well, that little 1/1 is hopefully going to be a 3/3. Oh, fantastic. If we've got any way of shooting our creatures away, then we're in trouble. Okay, fair enough. Well, River's Rebuke is a fair way to win. Welcome to round 2 with our awesome Merfolk deck with far too many River Herald's Boons. It's funny, isn't it? Isn't it funny? Again, this hand didn't do anything. If we had a blue source, I would probably keep it. But we don't. That's dreadful. If we're on the draw, I might just keep this, but we can't on the play, so we'll go with this. And we'll put that on top because we actually need to play these horrendously expensive spells and hope we don't get a beating. Not the best thing we want to see from our opponent when we're not going to make a play for 3 turns. Opt. Okay. And it's not going to make me not cast this, but I hope they don't have that pirate counterspell. Don't know why else they'd be leaving up mana. Alright. Maybe they have a 4-drop. I'd like to think they have a 4-drop, otherwise What's going on? In it comes. Siren Stormtamer. Peck us to death. Yep. What a joyous thing. Just a 3/3 dork. Interesting. So we could swing in, and then if they block, we'll play our River Herald's Boon, because I'm thinking about it now, we're not going to get a chance to probably use these Herald Boon because of the... I know that targets... Ooh, yes we can. Okay. Yeah, I thought they would be able to counter our Herald's Boon, but they can't. As it's targets spell that can, you know, targets them or a creature they control. If we swing in, then we can use a Herald's Boon and kill their creature. It's probably just better to not. But I'm hopeful here that they just won't block. Just suspect the trick. It's fair enough. So we'll make it look like we got a council. It's not very mana efficient doing this, but it does mean we get rid of their creature, make our guy much more of a threat. Play the air elemental next turn. Perhaps it's better just to not even bother attacking, don't risk it, so that you can play the air elemental. We've got 2 creatures on the table. Just take the hit at once if they do swing in, and you don't want to risk them having a trick. Probably would have been better to develop our board. Guess I was happy to try that, given their board isn't particularly threatening at this point, or wasn't at that point. Just because I've only got this 1/1, what are they really doing? We've got time to kind of durdle a little bit. What have we here? Yep. Do some more damage to us. We get for 5 and equalise the life raise a little bit. Smack this down while the way is clear. I imagine they're probably going to attack both creatures because of the raid shenanigans, things like Short Strike. So not very incentivized to block. Just think, yeah, we'll let it through. It's 4 damage. It's kind of like, yeah. And we threaten 9 damage on the crackback, so we'll just take it. Maybe they have some sort of raid thing that they want to turn on anyway. That's the only reason they're swinging in, but just don't think we need to worry too much about blocking that just yet. Wait, we didn't end step? Okay, not much we can do about that. I was fully expecting one of our creatures to die. Okay, so we've got 5 mana. We can play 2 of these things. We're going to get in for 5. I think that's good enough. Another creature. Because we don't have a 1/4, I'm quite happy just to not have River Herald's Boon mana up for this turn at least. It's not ideal, but we can sponge up the Stormfleet Pyromancer and throw in a lot of damage back. So we're doing at least 7 damage off of the River Sneak getting a buff. That's unblockable. Fathomfleet Cutthroat. It's awkward for them that they didn't have the second swamp. Oh, they did have the second swamp. Why did they play that before combat? That was so silly. I suppose I'm still going to block. 4 damage. Unfriendly Fire is player as well, isn't it? Yeah. I'd be surprised if they swung in with everything here. Ooh, he says. So that's 4 damage. If they have the spell, that makes everything +2/+2. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. So still not dead. Whereas if they have the Unfriendly Fire, that's still 8 damage. Puts me to 2. So they need that and something else. And they've played a mountain, so they can't play Unfriendly Fire and then Lightning Strike. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got exactly lethal. But he's obviously gonna block something. I think we take it for the moment. So if he plays this Fathomfleet Fire Cutthroat, it's kind of annoying. But we still have blockers. We're gonna have multiple blockers. Yeah. So he kind of wasted that. I mean, like, he could have just done that. Because I definitely would have blocked the Ixalan Diviner. Definitely would have blocked that. Without knowing about the captain. So I'm not going to play around March of the Drowned. That was a bit silly. So let's just jam this out. Okay, we only get a 2/2. Five, 6, 7, 8. So River Herald's Boon would kill them. And they would need. So we could go for the attack. So if we swing in, we'll be able to River Herald's Boon on whatever he blocks. So if he blocks the biggest, we go, that just dies. But then we, I think it's very likely they block. I don't think they want to take that much damage. Play the forest that they know about. I'm going to go for the conservative attack here. Don't think we need to completely expose ourselves to being killed here. So if we go with the Diviner basically and the River Herald's Boon, then that represents lethal. But it's very likely our opponent blocks because there's a lot of damage to take. It's likely they block now and not take 5. But I don't want to go all in on that plan. And then have a removal spell and then we lose. That said, I think it's arbitrary really, because if they don't block, they take enough damage to keep them alive. they've got one extra creature. So yeah, I think the results are the same. So I'm thinking if we went with our third creature and they'd have to block. Oh no, he's just going to throw it under the bus. But my theory was if he doesn't block, and we go with all three, sorry, he has to block. So then we've only got one creature left when he chumps and keeps himself alive, because we wouldn't kill him because he's blocked. And then if they've got that extra 2 damage out of somewhere when they're swinging for 4, if they've got a way of removing our blocker or doing 2 extra damage, then we lose. So I want to have 2 blockers back, but then he could risk only taking, not blocking here, going to 1, sorry, going to 3, and he's got the extra creature now, even though we've kept back an extra blocker, so it's the same difference in terms of we lose to that piece of removal or what have you. Sure strike. So that will be a 6/6. We will have a 7/7. So I don't think we can afford to keep his creature alive and ours to not be. It's very, very difficult for him to win. I don't know if I would have used Sure Strike defensively. I think I would have been tempted if I was him to try and use it aggressively. Because all it needs in this situation is if he just swings in with a Stormfleet Pyromancer, it's kind of like, do I feel lucky that he doesn't have a Sure Strike? Or if he doesn't block there, he swings in with all 3 of his creatures. His Siren Storm Tamer's getting in to put me to 5. So I'd have to block both of his creatures, which I probably do, being at such a low life total. So I was playing around a way of him forcing through a bit of extra damage, but arguably getting rid of the J Guardian is quite important, and then having an extra creature, because the rest of my stuff's not as big or as quick to kill me as his stuff would be. Okay, so Sure Strike is going to be a pain. Do we want anything big? Probably not. I think I'll Cutlass. Kind of tempted to keep it as it is because of the Siren Stormcaller. I just tempted to not bother with cards that target our opponent. Well, we did the 1 Savage Stomp. They didn't really have many expensive cards. We'll leave it as it is. Another hand that doesn't really do very much. I'll keep, I guess. Yay! 1 drop on turn 1. This deck's doing its thing. Or at least a part of the thing. The thing that says play 1 drop on 1. Get in there, Delver. Charge. Looking out on turn 3, it's good. Interesting. Go on, kill it. What is our opponent up to? I quite like that. It's a creature. It's fine. It's not a land at this point, which is great. Really unsure what our opponent's doing here. I'm guessing actually they're probably stuck on blue mana, which is a bit rubbish for them, but we will we will continue to attack them nonetheless. And I don't see a reason to just not play this. Make it on itself. It's the most threatening thing, really. If they played a bland unfriendly fire on the Siren Lookout, then that's annoying. Wasted the counter, as they literally can't target anything they would have on the Jade Guardian. So, oh, it's not the best thing they could have played, unless they've got a follow up now to add to the board. It's going to be a fair chunk of damage they're going to take. Just anything in the way, yeah, there you go. Sad fact is though, ooh, so we can do Savage Stomp and One with the Wind, which is quite unpleasant. So let's spread it out a bit though. We'll put Savage Stomp, and then that there. This is pretty horrible for our opponent. It's that 9 damage. Yeah, it's exactly what we trying to do really. One with the Wind on a Jade Guardian, hit them a lot. Unfortunately, they got mana screwed, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Welcome to round 3 with our 5 River Herald's Boon deck, and we're going to go first. This is probably the best opening hand we've had so far, with all colours and a decent curve, so we're going to keep this for sure. Forest Diviner on 2, and probably the Lookout just because it's evasive. I mean, they both explore. Actually, it might be good to have a Merfolk down. Not sure yet. Oh, Jungle Delver. Where were you a turn ago? We probably want to explore though, because we're not going to use. Yeah, it uses our mana more efficiently, and we're not going to use the 4 mana ability. This is definitely staying on top. So depending on what they play, as to what we're going to put down next. End step. Possibly quite a similar deck. We'll get in for 1. And I think we'll play the Wayfinder, because it presents more power, potentially. Sailor of me. Gotta love the Sailor. So we'll get through for a small amount of damage. See if our opponent does anything here. Don't really care if they got a trick to do something. Sponge of damage, cool. I think we just play the Jade Guardian, set that up, and then yeah, it makes our curve a little bit kinder. So we can play we can double spell next turn. Just start making this thing huge. They can't necessarily deal with. Yeah, so if we drew like a 2-drop, then we can play Siren Lookout and a 2-drop. Whereas if we played the other stuff, then we wouldn't be able to play Jade Guardian and a 2-drop necessarily. Okay. So he'd need Crash the Ramparts to actually deal with Jade Guardian. Not actually doing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could have that Snapper. Flash in that. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about, really. All that Merfolk. So I'll play Siren Lookout. Play Ixalan Diviner. Just explore. Okay. So Drew managed to draw 2 lands away. So you can have a flash creature or the Saddleback. That's what I was worried about there. I mean, just attacking into 5 open mana is not great against a deck playing green. It's easy to get carried away there and think, oh, we're on the front foot. Just start beating stuff, beating down. Yeah, I can't really avoid this, unfortunately. Okay. Here we go. So got enough to do that, and a Herald's Boon, which is nice. So much open mana. I would feel more comfortable if our creatures were just a little bit bigger. There's even the Jade Guardian is just trading with that, and he could easily just pump it, and then it gets bigger. And we're not in great shape. I think it's fairly obvious we have something. Savage Stomp though would be good to get rid of the flyer. I think that may have been a mistake on their part. Yeah, I don't really want to attack just yet. We have 8 mana, so hopefully we can make the Jungle Delver ridiculous. Yeah, fairly certain they meant to attack last turn, but oh well. I think we've all done silly things like that. It's very likely this thing's going to get bounced. Yeah, here we go. Don't know why they're doing it now though. Oh, I suppose because I'm tapped out. Maybe why they're doing it now. Okay, so let's go with an island. 5 mana there, and then 2 for Herald's Boon, 1 for, yeah, so we can actually replay the Jungle Delver. and not a real suspicion, which is great. So our Jungle Delver is useful because we can now just leave up Windstrider mana, and us having that card is a little bit more hidden by that. Make them at least think we've got cancel. Be very surprised if we actually get away with this. Another bounce spell or a pounce or something of that nature. Or vanquish the weak, which is fair enough. Yep. Fair enough. There's quite a lot of black in this person's deck. I'm playing the Plunderers as well. Yeah, quite a lot of black. Lands are less useful now without the Jungle Delver. So what do? We swing in, we can maybe make something bigger, but then he can double block. Still getting beaten to death by a flyer. This is not a good card. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. For each of those cards, put that card into your hand, unless your opponent plays 3 life. Obviously they can have the swamp. I can just have all of them. There's just no need to play any amount of life for any of those cards. Draw land. E. So now plan C now is to just stretch the game out. So go 3 turns ahead of decking than we are now. That's it, that's how we're going to win. No, we're going to win by drawing Savage Stomp. So how are we going to do it? Or One with the Wind. One with the Wind or Savage Stomp would be perfect. I mean, that flies, but it could be worse. Surprise! Oh, good, good, good. Make that power 6. 6, 12, it's 3 swings. 4, 8, 12. 5 swings versus 3 swings. Which is not insignificant. But I don't feel brave enough to go all in on the creature. I really don't. There's no reason to expose anything else, I don't think. Thinking perhaps making me run down my clock, I'm not sure, but I'm not going to expose anything else. He could just be trying to activate raids, to be fair. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I should have had the stones to go all in on this card. Be dead next turn. Red. Oh no. Oh. Okay, so let's just see what they do. It's going to gain life. I thought it gained life. Oh no, that's the other ability. Okay, so they've got one card in hand. They've got one, two. Yeah, so there's now no reason to pump with a Herald Spoon, I don't think, because it's only going to put him on 1 or 3. I don't think that's going to make any difference. That was interesting though. I don't think there's anything better they could have done with Huatley, because if they plussed it or made a dinosaur, then it dies to the flyer. Did we get there? Yay! Okay, probably gave our opponent too many outs by not just going all in on the Shaper Apprentice. Maybe a bounce spell on the draw could be a bit more useful than a Herald's Boon. Same with the Run Aground. Or boarding it in. I don't actually boarding it in for anything in particular though, so I'm just going to stick with the Herald's Boons. Just try and be a bit more proactive, even though we are on the draw. Okay, this is something we can work with. Definitely being proactive. 1 mana 2/2s. Followed up by Water Trap Weaver. Could have had 3 of these. Can't be too upset. Got 5 of the Herald's Boons. Play that and get in. Weaver will be a nice play, whatever their 3-drop is, especially against that annoying little blocker. Very nice, because we're able just to do the most mana efficient thing, wait on the River Herald's Boon. Just keep on putting the pressure on. It's not ideal that we've drawn as many lands as we have, but anyway. It was a land heavy hand, so was always a chance. It's annoying. It never feels good spending 5 mana to kill something like that, but you're not really spending 5 mana because he's able to do what he's just doing here. So it's a really nice play from our opponent. It's annoying as it is for us. Play a speaker because they're not going to block anyway. Should normally wait to play your stuff after you've attacked or whatever, but it wasn't going to change what was happening there. No attacks from our opponents. Let's see what happens here. A Skullduggery would be quite unpleasant. I want to kill the Drover, I think. If they flash in the dinosaur now. No, if they had the dinosaur, they'd have flashed it in. It's silly that I attacked, really. I forgot this was any colour. But I actually just think we want to make that a 4/4, keep it alive. Or if he flashes in a dinosaur, then at least we'll definitely kill the Drover in either situation. No, it just has Vanquish the Weak. So you get a bit blown out there. That was the other thing I should have been worried about, really. It was probably more obvious they had that. Should have been thinking about that. Hey ho. Oops. So now we have only a 2/2 and it's not so good. So we completely wasted the Herald Boon effectively. Another land. It would have been nice to at least get a 3/3 out of that, but I didn't make that decision. Wow. Absolutely no point attacking into the creatures on the ground. Dino? Yeah. Dino. It's slipping away now. I don't know, man. I'll get in for 7. If I had a Herald's Boon, probably would have played it. He probably just wants to keep back on defense. Don't know if I like that or not. If I'd done that, that'd have been on 8. Yeah, it would take too much damage. Declare attack a step. Okay, they're not going to have a pounce now. Could have another Vanquish the Weak. Skullduggery would be really bad. Really bad. Or a bounce spell, yeah. Not overly surprising they had something really, as they didn't attack the turn before and then suddenly attack now. Air Elemental's interesting though. Oops, I should probably be attacking with the Siren Lookout there. Lost concentration for a moment. Very aggressive. Could just attempt to trade everything. Don't think we can afford to take 7 damage. We're only going to do 4 back, putting them to 6. You know what? Let's try that. I'm going to make a play here where we win if our opponent has nothing to answer this air elemental. A little bit awkward. Okay, I was basically hoping for that one with the wind. So the play we're making is for a one with the wind, assuming the Wind Strider and air elemental attacks aren't enough. In with your stuff. We just chump, take 2, go to 3. We lose to that black burn spell, which I don't really want to do. And it's a very relevant consider. I wouldn't actually swing in and block like this, flash in and block like this, or attempt to block like this, if I didn't feel we absolutely needed to. Okay, that's fine. So they would have had that anyway next turn to stay alive. So now we have to do that. Still playing for the one with the wind. Come on, come on. Come on. Oh, one time. Never mind. I don't think we were winning that game if we didn't make that play, just because we'd had a 4-4 back. Maybe we would have done. Maybe. Don't know. But we would have been trading with the Snapper. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe they don't attack. Maybe they just don't attack, and we just wait. Perhaps that would have been better to do, just to hang back and wait for something to kind of break the stalemate. But I went for a win, had a couple of draw steps to get there, but it didn't work out. We want to be aggressive. I'm going to keep all the Herald's Boons in and just hope to beat face. A fine hand. Hopefully we can just run our opponent over with a start like this. Ooh, one with the wind. It's haste, basically, isn't it? Seems like a nice thing to do. Like you just get the absolute best out of it playing it as soon as possible. Actually think we don't want to play Tishana's Wayfinder, we're going to play the two Merfolk. Just to really throw down as much damage as possible. Okay, that is annoying. Two mana here. Okay. Oh, whenever a creature you control explores. Gain how much life? 3 life. That could be a bit of a thorn in my side. That was a result. Just got to get the last 10 points in now. Sailor of Means reminds me so much of Innistrad, Shadows of Innistrad. I could just imagine it being like in that set. That's annoying. Now we're just going with the flyer. If he wants to block, then fine. Wild Growth Walker is just going to be such a pain. Okay, double Herald's Boon is sweet. It's going to have another Vanquish the Weak, I think. Let's bait that out. Target that. So we'll make it massive. Lose a speaker here, which is a shame. I'd rather get rid of that lookout. And then we've got the 5 power flyer. Attack with all creatures, you could just lose. If he double blocks, he kills a creature. Let's just go for it. Played so quickly, I don't want to give our opponent time. No, not the dinosaur. That's greedy. Should have just gone with the flyer. Gonna get very, very punished now. Let's hope they don't have an answer. I forgot about the sailback. That was so silly. So silly. Let's hope he doesn't have an answer for my thing. Yeah, there we go. Whew. That was very, very nearly threw that away there. That was very, very silly there. Very nearly made that not a flyer, and that would have been really, really bad. As the only thing making me win there was the fact that it was a flyer. But yeah, I forgot about that dinosaur there. So I was thinking, even if they, forgetting about the dinosaur, I was thinking, oh, if they just block, then they just chump. You know, no one will die. So I had the Merfolk to fly through. But yeah, just got a bit carried away in the last game there. But fortunately, it didn't matter too much. But yeah, that was very nearly a very costly mistake there. Deck was a bit silly, but it was great fun to play. If you're new to this channel, then consider subscribing, as I'm going to be recording a lot more drafts and Magic gameplay in the future. Also, if you like the video, let me know. Leave a comment below. Also, feel free to post any other ridiculous mistake that nearly cost me a game as well. Because after that last sequence, it's very possible that there was more. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for more.